Harry Potter.
Ooh, are you excited about it?
Well, my youngest son is. I mean, I'm excited for him, but... yeah, I mean, it's nice, good, clean fun, right?
You say it's clean, but there's a raunchy kiss,
apparently. So, yeah, apparently.
Emma Watson says this is the most anticipated kiss in history, which is bullshit.
But it's such a huge obsession for people. I mean, I took my youngest son, we went to Universal Studios, and you can kind of get your head around it when it's like an 11-year-old wanting to wear the, you know, Hogwarts cape and the tie and buying the wand and getting on the ride with all the gear. I mean, it's a bit weird, but, you know, you've got grown-up people. I mean, there's a certain type of person that goes to theme parks as a grown-up on their own, I think. It's But there's these adults in all the gear, and they're screaming and shouting on the ride, because you sit on a bank of, like, 4, one extra than this, and they're, you know, these grown-ups are going, yeah, man, whoa, let's go, come on, Harry, and you're looking at these people thinking, where have you, why? I mean, it's just the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's a real come-down for the actors, though, isn't it? Because their lives aren't going to be as glamorous, you know, because the special effects in Panto aren't that great. So we're going, Daniel, when you fly, Big Dave's going to pull on the rope. And you have to make the whooshing noise yourself. OK, so Big Dave... He's going to spend that 48 million, and in 20 years' time, he's with the Chuckle Brothers and Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe was asked what advice he would give to his younger self, and he said, don't try too hard to be something you're not, which is the essence of acting.
If I could go back and talk to my younger self, I'd say don't worry about anything. In the future, you invent a time machine.
It is bad news for British industry, because one of the things you have to credit J.K. Rowling with, she insisted the films be made in this country. So all those films, largely, British crew worked on them, British production houses.
Well, maybe she should write another. She should string it out a bit. That would be a good thing.
No, she didn't.
Well,
You know she didn't write it, don't you? You know that, don't you?
Is it?
It's a biography. She met this guy called Harry Potter. He was working in a coffee shop, and she just basically, she wrote down his life story.
Is it really a true?
Yeah, it's true story. Even the bit at the end.
The bit with the thing with the guy?
Yeah, you know how he dies from the eats the peanut? It turns out all along he had a peanut allergy.
Let's have a look and see whether Harry Potter is one of the most talked about things this week. Best way to mend a broken heart?
Kill again.
What you do is you can take your passport, go to the airport, you get on the first flight, you arrive in Leeds, you phone up and you go, "Ah, I'm in Leeds! Yeah! Dream on, baby." You start again. If I can make it here, I can make it anywhere.
Best way to mend a broken heart?
Eat cholesterol-lowering foods.
No.
It's a practical survival guide.
Is it, eat trifle with your hands?
Can I ask, in all seriousness, have you eaten trifle with your hands?
Yeah.
How is it better than with cutlery?
There wasn't any cutlery. It wasn't by choice, John.
How is there trifle and not cutlery? What world do you...
They'd got one, and I couldn't wait till I got in. I got the most of it in.
There must be a point when you've kind of had enough and you're just covered in trifle and you've got half a trifle left. You just think, oh, no.
In the old days, someone to get over a broken heart would join the Foreign Legion to forget.
Yes.
And I had split up with someone once. I wasn't that fussed, so I just became a community support officer. To forget, Brian.
I'll give you a clue. You were quite close with the going to Leeds thing.
Find yourself, like, gap year, travelling, backpacking.
I'll give you that. Yes. Here is your question. Most people would rather wear something practical than look cool. True or false? What do you think?
But I think it is age dependent. People, you know, maybe, got to be careful here, 40?
I'm for it, yeah.
Downwards. Go for, you know, look cool.
Have you seen the two guys you're sitting with? Do you suffer for fashion? Do you wear heels? Do you wear uncomfortable things to look good? Mm-hmm.
I'll have a heel, if there's heels available.
If there's heels available, you have a heel.
But I also like a flat Converse.
I really want to say I've got a rocket in my pocket in your accent.
Do it.
I got a rocket in my pocket.
Danny, would you rather be practical or look cool?
Try a bit of both. I can't be fucked wearing a suit and all that, do you know what I mean? Can't do a tie.
Can't do a tie?
No, I can't do a tie, that's embarrassing, isn't it?
Oi!
Go on, mate, do him.
Yeah!
Well, this is the fight we've been waiting for.
You fucking giving it the big one? What's going on over here? What's happening here?
Yeah, mate, you're giving it the big... He's a dickhead.
Sean, what do you think? Practical? Do you go practical now?
Now?
Well, I mean, for the show, you tend to, you know, you dress down a little bit, but heels and...
It's a liberty, that is, dressed down. I think you look well. It's a strong top he's got on there.
Yes, yeah. Got a strong top.
I mean, you can do the old collars up a bit, I think. You know what I mean? Have a pair of bollocks about you, fucking...
That look better.
You look like you're ready for a tear-up now, you know what I mean? Like...
Oh, crikey, crikey. My tailor always says it's very important to have a pair of bollocks about you.
Most people admit to lying at least once a day. Is that true or false?
It's true. I lie every day. I wake up and say good morning. Every single day.
I lie all the time. I like lying. I love it.
You lying now?
Yeah. By 9 p.m, I've lied 900 times. Women lie especially. I don't mind about getting my... I'm on the pill.
Did you lie about that?
3 times.
Jimmy, I'll see if you lie, because I've got a question I want to ask you.
Sure,
I've
go
noticed
ahead.
something.
Go ahead.
Have you had your teeth jazzed up?
Yeah, I've had my teeth jazzed up. That was the exact term I used.
Yeah.
I want
Really
that.
white. It looked like you swallowed a torch.
Yeah, well, they were looking kind of shitty, and I was getting, you know...
Oh, like this?
Yeah.
Did you
So,
send
no,
them...
they weren't that bad. They were bad. They still look like teeth.
I got the teeth of like a dead horse found in the Thames after about a month.
I like your teeth, but then I like Watsits.
Yeah.
Which made me think, oh...
Yours are so bright. They're a bit... I mean, when you switch the lights out at night, do moths bump into them?
Did you know, for example, 31% of men say they have a bucket list of things to do before they die? Number 1, find out where that smoke's coming from. 12% of British people have a friend with benefits. I've got a friend with benefits. She's on benefits. And 27% of people believe in reincarnation. My uncle died and came back as a woman. I say died, he went to Thailand. Right, let's get started. The Labour Party held their annual conference in Liverpool this week. Ed Miliband has admitted to some of the mistakes the Labour Party made when Gordon Brown was leader. Mainly that they had Gordon Brown as leader. Fingers on buzzers.
I think it's that footballer, Tevez. Am I saying his name right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the footballer
Well,
Tevez?
I really don't know anything about football, but I think
You don't
really
need to say that twice.
He's really expensive, and he refused to go on in some big match. And there was some sort of row, and you saw him being like, well, I'm not going on. Which I kind of liked, the kind of thought of like an obnoxious... Because I love an obnoxious pop star. You know, like...
It's the
pop
sort of
stars
thing
that make people
Axl
wait.
Rose would do.
Yeah, I love that, like, not going on yet.
Axl Rose shouldn't have to go on because he's not a footballer, so...
It's a good point, well made, Sarah. I can't argue with that.
You're on £200,000 a week, and your boss says, you won't do half hour for us, would you?
Yeah, exactly.
You can't really go, no, I don't want to today. I'm not really asking, Can you go and definitely do... I don't see why he's still here. He's been in the country 4 years, and he wants to leave. That's his big thing. He didn't want to play because I don't want to be in the country. I want to go home. I can't speak any English. He's been here 4 years. The only words he's got to learn is, like, kick, goal. Like, the Spanish for goal is goal. The Spanish for football is football. Like, it's not like we're asking him to learn Sanskrit.
He also said it was a miscommunication, didn't he? He said it because what he actually said was, OK, boss, where do you want to play? But because of his accent, it came out like, I fucking hate Man City. You can piss off, shove it out your arse, you piece of shit. But it's an accent thing. It's just a dialect.
Well, because it's from the Catalan region.
What he actually said was, "Ke?"
Do we know why he didn't go up? Like, why he just refused? Was it just... Had he just realised that football's a bit shit? Okay, thanks, love.
Just one, like, fucking yes! Finally, someone said it!
If you look at Tevez, though, he's a very unfortunate-looking chap, isn't he? He does. He looks like Shrek's ugly mate, doesn't he?
I refute that. Let's have a look. He's a great-looking guy. In fairness to him, that was a very sunny day. His flash is too strong. I like it. It's too strong.
Just as well he didn't go on, to be honest, because in that picture I can see he's already broken pretty much the rule of football. This is good, is he? I scored a goal!
He's attention seeking, isn't he? Let's face it, if you're gonna go to a football match and sit on the subs bench, you're probably going to go on, let's face it, you've got to do that. And then he just says no. He's obviously an attention seeker.
You think he's an attention seeker?
Yeah.
He's obviously an attention seeker. It's the most attention-seeking sort of thing I've ever bloody seen. That, my friend, is how you get attention. Let's have a look and see whether Carlos Tevez is one of the most talked about people this week. Yes, Carlos Tevez was told he'd never play for Man City again after refusing to go on as a sub. Carlos Tevez earns £250,000 a week. To put that in terms the layman will understand, fucking hell. 25% of Brits say they can't be bothered to recycle, even if it means the planet will die. True or false?
They've not specified which planet. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is Jupiter, who gives a shit? You know what I mean?
The thing I can't work out what to recycle is, you know, the meat nappy. When you buy meat and it's got like a nappy underneath it. You know, when you buy meat in the supermarket, it comes in like a plastic thing, and then underneath it they put this nappy there to soak up all the blood.
Yeah. For some reason, calling that a nappy has made it disgusting. I've never given that a moment's thought before in my life, but I'm now becoming vegetarian.
It's a nappy.
A nappy for the meat.
Yes, I've got those out, and I'm thinking, what do? Obviously, I suck it right. Does it go in with paper, or do I cook it? I had that argument with the bin man. There was a bit of basil sticking out the top of the bin. He said, that's garden waste. I said, it's not, that's a garnish. It nearly came to blows.
What if you wanted to throw away a rake? A broken rake or an old wheelbarrow, or maybe some pots? Where would you throw them? Garden waste?
If I had them now, I'd throw them at you. I mean, I'm honest.
I think it's true.
True.
False.
Shut up.
But we've decided we're going to say true.
Yeah, we can say true as well.
Well, no, because you've got to say false.
Why said it?
Right,
we'll say false. For the sake of it, yeah, we'll say
false. They'll say false. We've said true.
Well, I can tell you the answer is true.
Yes.
And the winner is the name of our finals round. Worst chat-up line.
You don't sweat much for a fat girl?
I'd like to take you out for dinner, but by the look of it, you've already had dinner.
Let's go.
Is it 08989999111? Do you get it? Because there's like those chat lines.
Do you know one of the most effective things, the way to meet women, particularly single women, if you're on your own, is to stand outside a bar, just have a look and see if there's any women, throw some confetti over yourself and walk in crying. That gets a lot of attention from women.
Oof, you're in luck. I've decided to go ugly early.
You're in luck. I've decided to go ugly early is perhaps the rudest thing you could ever say to another human being.
I didn't say it. Not to you. It's not to you.
Don't.
It's not to you. No, don't. It's not. No, I won't.
I don't like
Just
it.
come here. Come here.
I don't like it though.
No, it's. Couldn't help myself.
That's sexual harassment in the workplace.
Is it, get your coat, love, I've got a knife.
You're pretty much there with that.
Get your coat, love, you pulled.
Correct answer. Best person to have on your side in a fight.
I'd have Reese. I'd have Reese, because I'm bound to punch him first.
Fern Britton. She fights like she talks. Dirty.
I once knocked somebody out completely by accident. I'm quite soft, really. Basically, this bloke was kicking off with his girlfriend in the bar, and I was having a nosy, like you do, right, and just having a watch and see what it was about and stuff. And then he caught my eye and was like, "What are you looking at?" I was like, "Oh, you two fighting, like." And I shouldn't have said that. And,
well done.
Yeah, it's a rhetorical question, the way
I realise now. And he come running at me, like really angry, like to hit me, and I just went... and he knocked himself out on my fist.
I'd love you to run into my fist.
I can't believe we've got Connie Huck on the show and I'm getting the sexual harassment. Best person to have on your side in a fight. Used to be a footballer.
Vinnie Jones.
Correct. Yes, the best person to have on your side during a fight is Vinnie Jones. Of course, the worst thing about having Vinnie Jones on your side in a fight is that means you're in a Guy Ritchie movie. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. Tonight, it's our panellists' job to guess what the British public think of the top 3 sporting moments of the last year. John's team.
Well, I guess we have someone with us who was at probably the most famous sporting event and probably the most famous sporting day of last year.
Did you get tickets?
It's their Olympics and the legacy and all that. But London's Twitter account still has 1.5 million followers. I just think tidy your account up. They haven't tweeted for a year. It's time to stop now. But the Olympics was fantastic and you've done very well.
But for you, it's been spoiled by their inability to tidy up their digital messaging.
It was a fantastic event. I think Britain did a fantastic job. Not only the team, I mean, all the people behind. I mean, I think everything was absolutely perfect. So, well done, Britain.
Well done us.
Yes.
Well done, Britain. How far did you actually jump in the final?
8 metres 31.
I genuinely don't know how far that is. If you paced out, how far would it be across?
Well, if you do 8 long paces, then like a foot.
8 long paces?
Yeah.
All right.
You've got to do it right, though, so it's
hang on, 8 long paces. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck off, no way did you... You did 8.
Well, you're probably being a bit generous.
Oh, we've got a tape measure. Throw us a tape measure. Hang on, so I'll hold this.
It's not long enough.
8 metres.
Exactly.
All right, well, we'll do 8 metres and then we'll see. OK, so I'll hold that.
I've got something that's half a metre long. That's what means I carry around a ruler with me.
OK, so that's 8 metres, and then you went a bit further.
Like, so, yeah, about here, where I'm standing.
That is mental. I'm gonna have a dart. Well, you had a running start, yeah?
Yeah, you can do it standing if you want.
All right, I'm gonna do a standing start.
Gives it.
Oh,
so that's a needs to start.
I haven't done any training. You've been at this for 8 years, so...
that's true. That is
I reckon with the right
true.
funding. That is pretty impressive, though, isn't it?
Thank you.
That's pretty impressive. Come on, let's one more. Gold medal. Was it amazing being part of Super Saturday?
Yes, it was pretty special. I mean, it goes down as Mo, Jess, and that random ginger guy who turned up as well on the day.
But your life will be different after tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know what Nancy's got planned for you. Sounds like the ginger kid's getting laid.
It is amazing meeting you, Greg. You know, but it does sort of remind me how shit my year was last year. Like, you won a gold medal and I had my bird table stolen. Completely different years.
Is that on Super Saturday?
Actually, I did have a good Saturday that Saturday because I had spaghetti bolognese for a tea, so... I'm with you, buddy.
Both winners.
Like, the way Mo did you think of doing anything? Like...
I did kind of consider it, because obviously the Mobot is massive, but then
I
just
hate it, I
would
think it's rubbish.
I'd be ripping it off and then people hate me.
I know he's a really nice guy, everyone really likes him, but it's shit, isn't it?
It is. You know the M from YMCA, why didn't he just do the M from...
It was the M.
But that's not the M.
Yeah, that is the M from YMCA. What did you thought the M was that?
Yeah, but he's from down under, isn't he?
Yeah. OK, let's have a look and see if the Olympics are up there. Of course, the number one thing, the Olympics. The next round is Believe It or Not. In this round, I give the panellists a simple statement. All they have to do is decide whether they think it's true or false. Sean, Johnny and Peter, let's have a look at a clip to illustrate your statistic. That was from the 1957 B-movie The Brain from Planet Arus. Your related statistic is as follows. 72% of Americans believe that in a war with creatures from another planet, America would triumph. True or false?
Independence Day, America won.
Yeah.
War of the Worlds, America won.
Yeah.
Planet of the Apes, America didn't win. So I think if those documentaries are anything to go by, then 2 out of 3 sounds
I think you know my problem with Independence Day?
What?
They won with a laptop, yeah?
Yeah.
They managed to hack into the alien computer and bring down the spacecraft. I can't get my laptop to interface with the printer. Good luck with finding a SCART league for the ball.
My problem with War of the Worlds was there was no way to stop these aliens, and then suddenly they all just get a cold and they die.
That's the only way you beat them, though, isn't it? Like in the Triffids, they don't use conventional weapons, it's seawater. And I think the way to obviously beat aliens isn't with, like, normal weapons, is when they come down, it's on a lovely big buffet, right? It's all dodgy prawns, mussels that haven't opened properly, put a bit of chilli in the tiramisu.
I think it's true. I think it's terrifying, but it's true.
I think the
Sorry,
alarming thing
Peter,
about
can I just clarify? Aliens are not coming, they're not on their way. It's just a story. It's like a what if.
Oh, I see.
It seems like another one of them factoids that points to how dumb Americans are, which I don't have no problem with. 72% of Americans believe that they win in a war against an alien race. What it doesn't say is that 72% of British people believe that a draw would be good enough.
Sean, what do you think, true or false?
What it's saying is, are Americans thick? Yes, they are. Thick as pig shit.
Reg?
I hate being put in a position to defend America, so I won't.
OK, so you're saying that it's true, are you, Sean?
Yeah, I think it's true.
Well, I can tell you that, in fact, it is false.
Oh.
Only 16% of Americans think they would win in a war with creatures from another planet. OK, Dave, let's have a look at a clip to illustrate your statistic.
Hey, that new Superman film looks amazing, doesn't it?
That was the star-loved dancers there. Here is your related statistic. 55% of women say they've asked a man to dance to try and work out if he'd be good in bed. True or false?
I think it's false. 2 words, Michael Flatley. He can dance, he'd be shit in bed, wouldn't he?
Why?
He never uses his arms, does he? So there'd be no foreplay, then he'd kick the shit out of you, wouldn't he?
Do you think it's true? Have you ever pulled anyone who's a good dancer?
No. But I do think if they're a good dancer, they can move their hips. Yeah, I reckon it. Oh, Jimmy, that's so horribly frightening.
Why do you pull your face, though?
You dance more like you've been hung on some railings, right?
Yeah, I do, ladies.
It's Virgil from Thunderbirds at a party, relaxing after they've saved the world.
I sit down and I'm brilliant, and the second I get up...
People think you're allergic to music, don't they? You're so bad, he's got a music allergy. Turn it off!
What are you going to go for?
I think it's true.
True,
I think,
I do.
well, men can't dance, generally speaking, and women are judges of men anyway, so...
Well, I can tell you that the answer is true. Yes, 55% of women have asked a man to dance to try and work out if he's good in bed. To be fair, dancing is a good indicator. I tend to dance for about 10 seconds and then I have a bit of a cry. 16% of bosses have made a decision based on their horoscopes. True or false? The fuck are you people talking about? 16% of bosses have made a decision based on their horoscopes. True or false?
We think it's true.
You think it's true?
Oh, aye.
What do you think?
We think it's false.
I think it's possible, but unlikely.
Thanks for that, Lee. That's really cleared things up.
Really?
I can tell you that the answer is true.
Yay!
Britain's favourite noise.
Is it that honking noise that women's breasts make when you go like that?
That last one was Jordan.
Is it a...
That's the biggest hit I've ever seen. OK, it's not that.
It might be.
It isn't. That's Britain's favourite noise.
How about...
What was that?
That's an albatross shitting on Bill Oddie.
You'd be delighted. Albatrosses are quite rare.
That's right.
And he shat in my face. Hey!
Go on, what do you think favourite noise might be? Oh, that is... that. You're so close with that.
Oh, glug, 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 glug.
Exactly the right answer. Yes, Britain's favourite noise is the glug of wine as it pours into a wine glass. I think that statistic is skewed by the fact that the people most likely to stop and talk to a woman with a clipboard are winos. Next question. Thing most likely to make men cry.
Catching your knob in your zip.
I don't understand how anyone does that. Because normally when I do my trousers up, I've put my penis away. I've had the presence of mind to finish my urination and put the penis away and then do my trousers up. I don't shake it, then go, ah! Oh, I forgot to put my penis away.
No,
the thing is, it would be a miracle if I was in a toilet in the first place, if I was that bleeding stupid. I'd probably be standing in the food hall at Harrods pissing on some cheese.
Thing most likely to make men cry, Griff?
It's a little pony with a very long mane getting separated from its mothers and getting lost in the enchanted forest. And then, after a lot of adventures, finally finding its way back to its mother and the rest of the herd. Speaking for the older generation, I would have to say that it's accepting that your daughter's friends simply think of you as her dad.
So you're crying because you can't fuck your daughter's friends? High five, Bill Oddie. Come on. That is perhaps the most honest answer we've ever had on this show.
Great image, isn't it? Just so we go up to Bill Oddie and go, oh, you must be Joanne's dad.
Well, welcome to Springwatch. I've got some binoculars, I'm in a shed. My daughter's having a sleepover. Should be a hell of a show. OK, thing most likely to make men cry. It's something you do in the kitchen.
Oh, onions.
Onions is exactly the right answer, correct.
Eurovision.
Did you watch Eurovision?
Part of it, yes.
Yes, part
but
of
it was, yeah. I knew how it was going to end. How it always ends. In humiliation.
I didn't feel it was humiliating. We came second from bottom, not bottom. Second from bottom.
Yeah. Could have been worse.
I only watch the votes. I don't watch, because I don't really like pop music. I don't really like Celebration. So I just watch the bit in the middle where it's just a stream of sort of semi-racist European accents. It's my favourite bit when you go, "Hi, thanks, Azerbaijan. We can see you've been having a great time." And they all sound like really camp Bond villains. I know you've been having a great party, but there's time for the party to end now, because... Here are the decisions of the Turkish peoples. 5 points for Jedward. Jedward did better than we did again. Did you see Jedward?
I did.
I did. I didn't know that was a thing till this week. I'm very sorry for all of you. At least they were trying. I mean, the UK sent out Engelbert Humperdinck. I mean, they had to dig up his corpse. They had to reanimate him. And then they sent him up there to die again. It was absolutely horrific.
I've got a clip of Engelbert Humperdinck rocking it, frankly, in Azerbaijan. Have a look at this.
Though I'll miss you forever and the hurt will run deep, only love can set you free. And if you love someone, follow your heart, 'cause love comes once. If you're lucky enough.
No. What is he even saying? Love comes once if you're lucky. You know. Love comes once if you're lucky. You know. Who talks like that?
Did you see the plumbing problems at the back? The way that plumbing just gave way.
Well, I thought they were doing some welding.
Unbelievable.
I thought they were doing welding above him. There's a lot of spot welding going on, and I thought, that's going to put him off.
He could have gone up in flames, just like that.
Apparently, if he'd come last, on the way back from Azerbaijan, the BBC said they'd drop him off in Switzerland at Dignitas Clinic. He was singing for his life. Do you know that expression, singing for your life? I like it, though. I like it.
You like Eurovision generally?
Well, I think it's much better than the X Factor or The Voice, because you've got one night, 26 shit acts, and that's it. And they piss off for another year. It's not 3 months drawn out and then hearing how their dog's got cancer or anything like that. Just all done with.
Christian, did you watch the Eurovision?
You know, I didn't watch it because I'd interviewed the Azerbaijani ambassador just before it began about human rights.
Oh, OK.
So I didn't watch it out of protest.
What has he done then?
He denied everything. It was quite funny. I mean, you know, because they've got hunger strikers on at the moment. They've got political prisoners, and I just asked them about it. Oh, he said, no, we don't. We don't have any political prisoners, and we don't have any hunger strikers, and it's all lies.
Are you sure you had the right guy? It sounds to me like you might have just... I mean, it's quite... I've seen Channel 4 News, and sometimes it's a bit slapdash. Do you want to see... I mean, we came second from bottom. Do you want to see what came 11 places above us?
Yeah.
Have a look. This is Lithuania.
Love is blind, it's true. I'm on my knees for you, 'cause I give it all I can to have you back again. Love is blind.
I mean...
What I think's happened there is he was actually fine with the blindfold on. So when he took the blindfold off, he went nuts.
My favourite act was the Albanian. Do you want to have a look?
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
Shine.
Yeah.
You've got to be brave to walk into a salon and say, I want to do something with my hair. Is there any way you can make it look like I've crapped on my own chest?
Snake round her neck.
Could you give me an outfit which makes me look like I'm trying to get out of a chimney?
That reminds you of childhood, doesn't it? Can we have another look at us, isn't it?
It just looked like she was trying to squeeze out of a chimney.
Let's have a look and see if Eurovision is up there. Yes, it was Eurovision on Saturday. During Jedward's performance, a spectacular stunt using a water feature went tragically wrong, drowning neither of them. Seanstein, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
The U-turn on the pasty tax. It's very complicated because you can sell a hot pasty from the oven, but you can't sell a hot pasty that's been put on a warm tray.
You can sell it. You just don't get charged VAT.
So you can't. You have to charge VAT.
I'm glad it just means no politician has to say the word pasty anymore, because we've just had enough of people. I don't mind that they don't eat them, but I just don't want to see them on telly when David Cameron was pretending he eats pasty. I had a pasty recently, and they said, what kind? I think it was a large one. It's not a kind of pasty. It's a kind of dick. If you said, oh, what's your favourite drink? He'd go, oh, beer. Well, what kind do you like? Pints. You don't have to be liked. Just say, I don't eat pasties. I don't need to. I'm the Prime Minister. Someone brings me vegetables and meats, but don't pretend you eat them.
Yeah. You get the feeling with Cameron, though, that if like, the price of tampons went up, there'd be a shot of him with his trousers down going... I know what it's like, girls. Go. Once a month. Oh.
Campax.
Have you ever been to Greg's?
Yeah, of course I have. I'm an ardent cheese onion pasty fan. We were weaned on pasties in the north.
Can't you tell? I mean, look at her.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't look as if you... you don't look as if you put a lot of them away, I'll be honest with you.
I'm a pasty fan.
You're allowed to eat a pasty and exercise as well, though. It doesn't have to...
I like seeing the fat people spinning and brushing when they're finished. It's the most exercise they ever get. That spin and brush. They gauge the wind. They go, and they spin and brush all the crumbs off them. If you looked at any high street in the UK, you will see the spin and brush taking place most of the day. Fat people spinning and brushing. The odd one goes over.
Did you know, for example, 80% of all pictures on the internet are of naked women? Who knew? Men knew. 7% of Britons have got in trouble telling lies at work. In my experience, they get particularly upset when they find out you're not actually a doctor and that isn't actually a thermometer. And apparently the human heart creates enough pressure to squirt blood 30 foot. Isn't the type of thing you should write in a Valentine's card. Right, let's get started. OK, fingers on buzzers, one more thing to get. How else has America changed the world?
So fast.
The food. The fast food. Quick food, fast food, straight, no messing around. Just
fast.
Straight through, got your food off, gone.
Straight through, I think, describes it aptly.
Yeah.
You live in Los Angeles, don't you, Russell?
I do.
OK, so favourite fast food joint?
I really don't do that much fast food, but I'll go Mexican fast food, if anything. Del Taco, good gas.
So it's not only delicious when you eat it, but also afterwards you go, oh. Fragrant.
No smell, just gassy.
Just gassy.
Loud, it's loud. It's like a Mexican coming out of your ass, really, is what it is.
And when it comes out, does it mow your lawn?
Well, surprisingly, that's not in our top 3. People criticise McDonald's, but if it wasn't for McDonald's, where else would we take a shit in the town centre?
I think what Hollywood has done to a cinema, in one way, has ruined it, is because all the food people take in, people who never normally litter anywhere, in cinema, they just finish their popcorn, they just go... with cans of... People just chuck shit everywhere, and the lights come up, and it looks like Dale Farm.
So those were the top ways America changed the world. But other things that didn't quite make our list, America gave us social networking. By the age of 23, computer programmer Mark Zuckerberg had created Facebook. And amazingly, within just 3 short years, he'd lost his virginity. Starting wars. America entered the Second World War 2 years late. Stung by the criticism, it's made sure it got in nice and early with every war since by starting them. In a fight, I let my fist do the talking. Please don't hurt me. Jason, David, Alex, what have teenagers been talking about?
I imagine...
exam results.
Exam results.
Are exams getting easier for these young people? This is an issue. In geography tests now, you're allowed to take in a sat-nav.
They need to modernise stuff, that's a problem. Like, look at maths. So I do maths, it's always like, Sally's got 3 apples in a basket and all that. You know, they need to make it so it speaks to kids, you know what I mean? So it's like, Jono's got £10 worth of credit left. He needs to download 15 ringtones at 80p each, but he needs to save 40p to one belly's bitch. You know what I mean?
Our maths book at school was Scottish maths and practice. They never seemed very Scottish. There was no... If I stab 2 gadgets, I say, it wasn't like taking a f***er to bleed to death.
Jimmy, can I say we've got a teenager with us tonight?
Well, I'm moisturising.
No.
Oh.
Have you just done your exams?
I did, and I failed tragically, I think.
So have you just done them and now you're waiting for the results?
Yeah, I am. It's sort of like being in sort of a horrible purgatorial state.
It's like Guantanamo Bay, I imagine.
It really is.
Do you think if you fail, you'll be like working in Asda? Just something like that?
I think I would be in Summerfield,
Really?
which is my favourite of the chains, actually.
Well, have you been to Lidl? Lidl is a bargain.
Never been to Lidl. Never actually even heard of Lidl.
It's Eastern European.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Nobody knows quite who runs it or where they get the stuff from. But it's cheap.
So what do you think you're going to get?
Judging by last year, I got a U in politics. That means unmarkable.
Unmarkable?
Literally
Wow.
unmarkable.
Did you do it in crayon? When I was at school, all the boys used to go and snog and grope Julie Miller in the art closet. And, you know, they don't make teachers like Mrs Miller anymore.
They had strange qualifications in my day. They had this one called a CSE, which basically meant it's like having a sticker saying, I've done some maths.
Well, I would say, Jimmy, British teenagers do very well in pregnancy tests.
You would know a lot about that, David, wouldn't you?
There is this...
Oh, you
Well, let's see if teenagers have been talking about exam worries. Yes, teenagers are talking about their exam results. Of course, these days it's getting more and more easier to do a pass in English. And ting. Sean, Peaches, Chris, what else have teenagers been talking about?
Sure, Peaches and Chris. That sounds great, like we're like a sort of teen band.
Tell you what, if you were in a teen band, you were definitely the musically talented one, Sean.
I was going to say Big Brother.
My favourites are Sam and Amanda, the twins.
The second one that went in, when you've never seen anything like me before, or apart from your identical twin, who just went in.
Would you, though?
Would I? I don't like the idea of disappointing 2 women at the same time.
Carol?
Carol works as a I think, some sort of...
Gargoyle. What I do find is it's great when you get all those characters together, isn't it? You know, it's just a house full of... You know when people say, like, you've got to meet my mate, he's a right character, and they've just got loads of them in the house. It's like there's this sort of national dyslexia where the word character has replaced the word and now they go, yeah, my mate, he's a right well, he's an
You know Tracy? She entered the house looking like Bagpuss. And gradually, her hair, as a normal colour hair's come out, it's gone a little bit white and a little bit crazy. She's... every time she opens her mouth now, I just want her to go, Marty, where we're going, we don't need roads.
I think Charlie's amazing.
You can't beat these outfits, South London.
They were going to make a Charlie talking doll, but there isn't enough string in the world to actually hold.
It was more entertaining if it was just women in the house and that one bloke. Because he was in hell, wasn't he?
They were like the harpies in Jason the Argonauts, those things that fly down, and the man's there and he's blind and they've got food, and he's like...
Jason, I think Alex has got a puncture.
Right.
Well, let's have a look and see whether teenagers are talking about Big Brother. Yes, they are. Yes, it would appear teenagers are loving the Big Brother. You know when they swear on Big Brother in the house and they play the Sound of Birdsong? I've got so used to that that when Springwatch is on, I think the Badgers are calling Bill Oddie a...
Well, there's a new talent show in town, Jimmy, and it's called The Voice. And maybe you're not watching The Voice. Will I am.
John Richardson, everyone. Yeah.
You know when sometimes you're watching a TV talent show, it's basically karaoke on TV, and you think, this needs chairs that spin round.
It seems to be such a big selling point, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Chairs spin round, it's a big deal.
It's quite exciting at first.
I don't think it's part of the format. I think it was in Tom's contract, because his hips are so bad he can't turn round anymore. It took so long, they put the chairs in. After the show, they put wheels and handles on it and take him home.
Is the show better if I do... Oh, I heard you, and then I didn't know what you looked like, and then I turned round.
It should be allowed, though, once they've turned round and seen the people, to go, keep going.
If they can turn back again, go, we must be joking.
Ellie, are you watching it?
I am. I like the judges. I like Jessie J a lot. Me and Natalie were saying this. We want to be Jessie J's best friend.
Her best friend?
Yeah. Jimmy.
Or girlfriend.
Or girlfriend, would you?
I don't know, Ellie. We was in the makeup room. We were saying we'd give her one, didn't we?
If you three need a space to sort of hang out and just see what happens, I've got that.
She does have the ability, though. She's, like, absolutely beautiful, but within the blink of an eye, she can go to Les Dawson with, like, she proper gurns.
Amazing. It's like...
Literally, she's, like, beautiful, and then suddenly she's like... it's weird.
Is
it's
her
really
hair
weird.
real?
I think she's a big fan of wigs.
Wicks. Get down to Wicks. You can see Tom in an old people's home just being wheeled around going, I knew Elvis, you know.
He mentioned, like, every 2 sentences he goes, when I was talking to Elvis. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how well he knew him, but I know they haven't spoken since 1977. Get over it.
Look at Tom's eyes. It's like someone in a coma who can use their arms and legs. I knew Elvis, you know. You enjoying it, Joe, The Voice?
Yeah, I like the cheers.
Yeah?
I like spinning around. I want one. After the show, I might ask if I can have one. If there's not a second series, I'll email them. Not the ones Tom's had, one of the other ones.
I don't know, I mean, Tom Jones is like, he's sort of quite an icon and stuff, and he's had hits for 40 years, but Danny is in the script.
I reckon the first time the viewing public saw Danny, Wikipedia must have crashed. Who's he?
Literally, I couldn't pick him out of a lineup. He could be in our front row now, I would not know.
You wouldn't know, he wouldn't be facing you.
Can we have the fellow with a flask?
The train spotter? Here's your related question. Most people think having a quirky obsession makes a person more interesting. True or false?
Occasionally, I practice hide and seek in my house in case a game kicks off. Are we ready?
So you play hide and seek on your own?
Yeah, well, I'm not playing then, I'm practising. Massive difference.
Joe,
And then,
you should
yeah,
come
if the
round
game-
my house. You've got to come round mine, because my little girl, she loves hide and seek, and we play it all the time.
I really don't think...
You're trying to arrange a play date with your 3-year-old and that.
That's just normal
Look at him.
brain.
He looks like a photo fit.
Yeah, he's right. I'm not being funny, I wouldn't let me in your house.
Any quirky hobbies, obsessions over here?
I got all of them. Just pick them up, as people say, when I think, yeah, I'll have that, I'll do that.
Because you've got most OCDs, haven't you?
Well, no, they're not OCDs, they're just correct ways of doing things. It's just facts. I'm having particular bother at the moment because I've moved, and on my walk to the station, there's 3 patches of tarmac that are different to the rest. And the first one is an odd number of steps, and the next 2 are even, and it breaks my heart. Every time I have to do a little half step so that I get an even number on the... You can't phone the council about that kind of shit. And that's like the start of the day as well, and if you've got 7 bumpy tarmacs on the left foot and 6 on the right, you're not having a good day, are you, then? If I was sensible, I would say, well, do you know what, it evens out when I get home, but then sometimes I can't remember if I've got uneven on the left.
For f***'s sake.
Everyone's got little ones they do, and they definitely make you more interested.
OK, most people think having a quirky obsession makes a person more interesting. What do you think, true or false?
What do you think? What do you think?
Probably true.
True.
Probably true, Joe?
True, Joe.
Yes.
Yes.
OK, you're going true. What are you going to go for, John?
Absolutely. I mean, having a quirk can't... The definition of a quirk is something interesting, so it has to make you more interesting to have a quirk.
Oh, all right, just answer. Jesus.
Hey, but how many letters Quirky got and how many has Interesting got? Oh, Christ, jumble them up. One's got a G, but the other one's got a Q, and that's at the beginning and that's at the end. Ah, but they're like opposites of each other, so you can't have them together, joined together. Oh, my God, how can you join those together?
Can I just say, Sean, I think you're coming across as a little bit weird now. You need to rein it in. We think it's true, Jimmy.
I can tell you the answer is true. Yeah. Yeah, 85% of British people think a quirky obsession makes a person more interesting. My aunt spends 14 hours a day cleaning. She's a cleaner. And the winner is the name of our final round. And here's your question. Last thing Brits do before going to sleep.
I always move into the slow lane. I have a ritual of sort of defending the house before I go to sleep. I go down, you know, I check all the locks. Sometimes I open the door, I just stand on the sort of threshold of the house, going, try and get into my house then! I'm ready for you! And that usually puts me in the mood for bed.
The great thing about having kids is that you can sleep anywhere, because you're so sleep deprived that you just can fall asleep, like, anywhere.
How much sleep? I mean, when they were born, presumably because you're really sleep deprived when they're little.
I don't think you ever get it back, really. I don't think it ever comes back. Maybe when they're 20 and they go to college.
No, sorry, you're saying you could have a 19-year-old in the house and go, oh, I'm not getting any sleep. Oh, this 19-year-old's keeping me up. He's up at 4 for a feed.
I think if I had a 19-year-old in the house, I wouldn't get much sleep.
Yeah, it might be a clapping John the pervert. Big pervert! I think if I had a 19-year-old in the house, I know what I'd do to a 19-year-old. I'd bloody hell get hold of him and give him an Ankin saying to. That's how you talk, John. That's how you sound to Southerners. You think you sound very eloquent, soft-spoken. The very poetry of the lakes are in your voice, but I think you sound like that. I'm gonna get hold of you. Just 19. Time for Uncle John to teach you.
I don't know what
a few tricks. I've got a few tricks to show you.
What's the form if someone gets possessed by the ghost of Bernard Manning? Is there someone we could call? Do we need a priest?
Oh no, it's happening again. 19, are you 19? Are you 19? Go with him. You start doing the voice and you think you can stop your car. It's a lot of fun to do. Oh, it's all right. You don't like it when he comes back at you. Oh, when he comes back, I don't like it at all. Are you 19? Yes, you are.
It's just like being back home at Christmas.
Did you know, for example, 60% of cosmetic surgery patients are disappointed with the results, although they look pleasantly surprised? A quarter of the over 50s are failing to save. It's Control S, you old buffers. And 1 in 4 Brits claims that their post has been lost or stolen. Well, I can reassure you, it was definitely stolen. Let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what stories they've been discussing this week. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 5 most popular talking points. That definitely needed an S on the end of it, didn't it?
Like that, the talking point.
Do the S again. Yeah, it's... Could be one of mine.
Dave, Jade and Chris, what have the nation been talking about this week?
Take that aback with the Inland Revenue Tour, I think it is, basically. It's not front page news, surely to God. They've got... No, the Beatles have got a hit album.
Oh, hang on, there's a lady going through the menopause as we speak.
That's how Take That fans speak.
What?
Newswords, they just go, woo! How are you today? Woo-hoo! Do you want a cup of tea? Woo!
Childline set up a hotline right after Take That and split up.
In 1996, the Samaritans set up a special helpline for distraught fans.
It's the only time the Samaritans have ever been allowed to use the words, oh, grow up. On the phone. Just grow up.
Why are they called Take That? What's the name mean?
On their video, they had this thing saying, if you don't like it, throw it in the bin, take that.
That's my favourite thing you've ever said. Those are the instructions that come with their video.
Well, they said it. I'm honest, I watched it at my caravan with my friends.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I imagine that was a party. Let's see if Take That at number 1 is up there. Yes, it is. Yes, Take That have returned to the top of the charts. The reunion took longer than expected to put together because no one could remember who Howard was. They spent 6 months rehearsing with a bloke from the Halifax advert. Vic, Sean and John, what have the nation been talking about this week?
I think they're talking about Michael Grade going from the BBC over to ITV. You know, they're saying he got something like 8 million, and he's saying he didn't do it for the money.
No.
Rubbish.
He's genuinely saying that, though. He's kind of come out in the press and gone, it's not about the money.
I don't do a job for the money. What the hell do you do it for?
He said he did it for the challenge. The challenge being getting all that money home in a wheelbarrow.
ITV said it was a real coup. It's not, is it?
No.
A real coup would be when ITV's tanks actually roll into Television Centre. That'll be...
A real coup?
That'll be an actual coup.
ITV had done it because ITV apparently is not doing very well at the moment. So they've stolen Chief from Channel 1. Stolen, Chief from Channel 1 to come over and do it. But what really muddles my brain is...
What muddles your brain?
No, what muddles my brain is if they've got all that money to offer him, why don't they just make better TV programmes?
I hope he finally ends Coronation Street, because this first series is really dragging on.
You know what he's doing to Coronation Street?
What?
He's changing. He's going to be CSI Weatherfield. Let's have a look and see if it's up there. Yes, indeed it is. Yes, Michael Grade has announced he's moving to ITV. ITV needs him. They're in trouble. I tried to tape the Mint the other night, and my Sky Plus box started crying. Sean, Jamelia and Josie, what else have the nation been talking about?
Is it the British Airways? They're in trouble. They're in trouble. They've asked their staff to take a cut. In fact, apparently last month they lost 401 million. I'm not sure whether that's pounds or suitcases. But, they've actually asked their staff to work for a month for free. They've asked pilots to take a 2.6% pay cut.
If I was a pilot, I would take a pay cut on the condition that I could fly a bit worse.
Yeah.
Just like a bit worse. So I'd be doing fine and then just... fine.
I'd land short of the destination. That's what I'd do. 2.6% short of the destination.
I think Ryanair are actually ahead of you here.
The CEO says that he won't take his salary in July. Do you know how much his salary is just for July?
61,000.
£61,000. So, like, what I love is it's fine for him not to take it. I'll still have small men just licking my chin if I feel like it. And everybody else...
That is one of life's luxuries, to be fair. I heard that it's part of the unemployment figures, isn't it? The job centre and stuff are saying there's too many people applying for too fewer jobs, basically.
Yeah, well, this is part of the bigger story. There are over 2 million people unemployed in Britain.
Yeah.
But also, there's some statistic. I think McDonald's have turned down loads of people, but are still managing to employ, explain this to me, 140 people per day.
Yes, McDonald's receive 2,200 job applications every day.
McDonald's could easily employ loads more people by employing somebody to go on the second window at the drive-thru.
Yes.
There's nobody ever on that second window. First window, you pay your money. The last window, you collect the food. Why is there a second window? I always want to see Ronald McDonald on his fag break, just sat in there. Right, mate. See that Colonel? Tell him he's a prick.
Let's have a look and see if BA's pay cut and the unemployment problem is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, new unemployment figures were revealed this week. Gordon Brown is very worried that unemployment figures will rise again next year. They will, Gordon, by at least 1. OK, one more thing to get fingers on buzzers.
I think it's the girl who said, yes, I'd like to be in the cabinet, called Kitty.
So this is Kitty Usher?
Yeah, so she, brand new to the cabinet, was brought in, don't worry, this one, clean as a whistle, lovely, flipped her house, saved 17 grand, didn't think she'd bring it up during the interview. 10 days in, Telegraph, hello, we're gonna report what you've done. She resigns, but says it's not because of the 17 grand saving, it's because she can't do that job and be a mum.
That's exactly the story. Amazing. Fair play to you.
Oh.
Yeah, that was good.
You've nailed that.
I just think, like, if you're a politician and you've got... Maybe it's because I'm from Birmingham, I don't know. But if I've got access to all this free money, I'd probably fiddle.
That is because you're from Birmingham, yeah.
Are they actually taking anyone's personal money?
Yes, ours.
Yeah, ours.
I don't know if you've ever paid any tax, Jamelia,
Yes,
but
I have,
have you
yeah.
ever wondered where that goes? Kitty Usher's back pocket.
The other thing I think is interesting about this was the fact that some of the claims were outrageous. People got very upset about them. There was the moat, which I thought was incredible. Just claiming for a moat. How the look on the guy's face when he put that receipt in, he said, what's this? It's moat. Remote? No, it's just a moat. Just a moat. Remote's on his second home. If your second home is a castle, what's your first home? Like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory?
How can you be representing the people in your constituency if there's a bloody great ditch between you and them?
Well, hopefully they'll turn it from a luxury into a necessity in the coming weeks as they march towards it with pitchforks.
I was disappointed with some of the amounts. Like, fair play to Kitty Usher. At least you went for it. 17 grand. If you're going to fiddle it properly. Not these people who went, oh, I got 75p back for a Scotch egg. You know what I mean?
One good thing that comes out of this, if you're walking down the street and you see an MP with a Kit Kat, you're entitled to just go off and break off a bit. I paid for this. Yeah, this is even better with a pepper army because you can bend it over and then go, too hot.
Well, let's have a look and see whether Kitty Usher's resignation is one of the most talked about things. Yes, this is the story. Treasury Minister Kitty Usher has resigned after being caught up in the expenses scandal. People shouldn't feel sorry for Kitty. She always lands on her feet.
Big Brother. Everybody in the country must have been on Big Brother by now. Like, it's going to be like jury service. That's how it's going to work. You just come down and you'll find a letter and you'll be like, oh, great, we've got to take 2 weeks off work to be in Big Brother.
You know Lisa, the lesbian lady?
Is she a lesbian?
Yeah,
the one with the Mohican?
Yeah.
And the big...
She'd be sat there like this. She'd go, don't get me wrong, you know, with that Girls Aloud, you know what I mean? I mean, I'd maybe do them, but I wouldn't do the ginger one, but I'd do the rest. I thought, none of them are going to have sex with you, you dirty great Leza. What are you talking about? You'd be lucky to have sex with the ginger one.
Charlie is, he's one of these fellas who pretends to be gay to sleep with women. It's quite annoying.
Right.
And, but he says he slept with 103 women and he's gay. I'm straight. I've not even met 103 women.
James, are you watching Big Brother?
I don't actually watch reality TV. I think it's crass, to be honest with you. I think when you see these people who just, you know, lower their standards to go on to try and, on the off chance. On the off chance.
The irony. Did you get it?
Television was invented, wasn't it, to expand people's minds, and now we're locking them up.
Television was invented to expand people's minds.
Well, not
Have
this.
you seen your show?
That was...
My genuine problem with Big Brother is I just don't think it's the right way to start the summer. I want my summer to start like a cider advert, you know, light dappled through an orchard, a girl riding a bicycle, you know, down a country lane, ducks landing on a pond. I don't want my summer to start with Chantarella has gone to the dairy room. She's really pissed off because Chiara has done a dump in her makeup bag.
Oh, my God, I missed it. Let's have a look and see whether Big Brother is one of the most talked about things this week. You're right. Yes, Big Brother is back. I was watching it and I thought they've certainly gone for older housemates this year, and there are loads of them. And then I realised I'd switched on to the D-Day celebrations by mistake. All right, 2 more things to get fingers on buzzers. What else have the nation be talking about? Jason?
Is it Gordon Brown?
He's had a bad week. Everyone's been ganging up on him.
Well, there's these rebel MPs, although they couldn't even get 100 names to get rid of him. I joined a group on Facebook that's got 1 million people to punch slow-moving people in the back of the head. Do you know what I mean?
Can you imagine that Gordon Brown's status would just be like, Gordon Brown has changed his status from Prime Minister to it's complicated?
Whatever you say about him, he's durable. He's tough. I think everywhere he goes, he should have Phil Collins with a full drum kit. And before anyone says his name, he goes... Gordon Brown.
He's got a bit wimpy, I think, in the last week. He's got a bit like, oh, I want to be a better Prime Minister. I know my weaknesses. I don't want it. He's the leader of the country. I'd like to see him walk over to David Cameron with a pool ball in a sock. Could just whack him on the head. I'm the leader. Shut up, That's what I want.
Let's have a look and see whether Brown's tough week is one of the most talked about things.